Shalom, Shalom Babakar, Kal Halalim La Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakudash, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hawshai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hawshai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hawshai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body. Shalom to the 144,000 and the 1/3, which is a greater multitude. Shalom. Now, there's a lot of these guys, these YouTubers, I think it's a great racket if you can make your money using YouTube as a pedestal, and not a great racket, I would say. It's a decent way to inform what's going on, and also to make a little bread as well, so to speak, right? I made videos on this before. I've touched on a lot of the UK, because a lot of the UK is, especially towns and certain towns and all that, malls. You've got a lot of boarded up shops and stores. Once places that were inhabited with a whole lot of mirth and fun and music and colorful clothing, are all boarded up. Bins, what we call litter bins in the UK, or trash cans, how you say in the States. They're being removed. I remember on the road that I live on, there used to be at least three. How many? 1, 2, 3. At least 4 trash cans. So every 100 feet or so you'd walk, you'd have you're eating candy bar or whatever, or during the summer if you're eating like a I don't know, icy or something, or what we call in the UK an ice pop. You finish it. By the time you finish it, you can chuck, there's a trash can nearby. Now people are just dumping things everywhere. People don't care, because the trash cans are being removed. So they're doing this by design, the powers that be. And obviously it's ultimately how Bashar, taking out Esau's kingdom piece by piece. I've touched on the UK before, made videos on it, but Esau, it's many Edomites are making the UK videos on, towns and cities boarded up. But my favorite person to watch is Metaleo. I believe he's an Ishak, right? So he's got a little bit of salt. He makes it a little bit so-called more entertaining. And Apostle Gabar, made the initial video on this individual. His term is for lease. Yeah, man, subscribe to his channel if you want to watch more. He's going around America letting you know what time it is. And Yahweh Shemeshai is dismantling Esau's kingdom piece by piece, from ground zero America to the UK to Australia, pumping in migrants left, right, and center. So, something's got to give, and something is going to give very soon. Right? And just one more thing, copyright 1976. I'm not making no money out of this. I'm just emphasizing on what Mr. Leo is saying, and I find his videos, fascinating and entertaining. Just look at this. Just look at that city. This is Reno. How many times did when you grew up watching American movies, they talk about Reno being a fun place and all that kind of thing. Bright lights, big city, and all that kind of thing. And how Vegas used to be in the 70s and 80s. Now just look at it. Now even the clothes, if you look at it, for the most part, most of the clothes are all dark and dingy looking. Very rarely, you have those. Anyway, I don't know. I'm going to start digressing. I'm just going to play this. Actually, before I go into, let me read a scripture. All praise to Yahweh Shemeshai, Bashem Rakakodash. Yahweh is the Most High's name, and Yahweh Shai is his son's name. Okay, Yahweh means he exists. Yahweh Shai means he delivers. He's our deliverer, our mediator. Hence the reason why his majesty was sacrificed on the cross to redeem the elect. Okay, the elect of Israel, the Israelites, the 12 tribes who are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians of Negro and Indian descent. You Hispanics just go by the Spanish term because I guess you got more bombardment from the Spaniards, and hence the reason you took on so-called Spanish names and took on Catholicism, whereas the tribe of Gad were still doing those holding on to their ways. I wouldn't say Gadite ways because actually, yeah, they were holding on to their Gadite ways because they were calling on the name, or they were calling on the name of Yahweh, and they were speaking Hebrew. Okay, all right. Jeremiah 50:13. Because of the wrath, excuse me for clearing my throat so much. I do have a drink with me. Just every time I'm making a video, I have to keep doing it more and more. All right. Jeremiah 50:13. Because of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Okay. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues. And let me read that again. Because of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Okay, Babylon is America. All right, it's New Egypt. Okay, it's New Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. All right. Let's go to the definition of desolate. So, definition of desolate. Okay, desolate, of a place uninhabited and giving an impression of bleak emptiness. Elder Apostle Gabar says in Spirit and Power of Yahweh Bashem Yashai to look for the meaning of words. And he even said once, looking for the definition of words is fun. And you know what? It is fun, because it really expands on what that word means. And when you see desolate, right, it says here, of a place uninhabited and giving an impression of bleak emptiness. Bleak meaning no hope, emptiness, boarded up stores. You saw that little caption, little picture there. You had the bright blue sky, and then just the empty world, man. Feeling or showing great unhappiness or loneliness. Make a place appear bleak, empty, make someone feel utterly wretched and unhappy. Indeed. Where are we at? Where is he? I just got a scripture here again. So, because of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Because you've got some people that live in different parts of the world are watching old movies, right? From when America was, in its power, in its heyday, from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and recently up until the 90s, early 90s, America was still that place, man. Shit, I even, as a teenager, wanted to go there. I thought, shit, I want to go to California, man. I want to, get at some of them Edomite women, the blonde hair and all that. As a man, you say, listen, I want to go to California. Because it's beautiful at that time. If you see the palm trees, the beaches, the women, as a man, you think, damn, I want to go there. So America is it is still, there's parts of America that are beautiful, all right, or Asareth. Okay, it's a huge landmass. Okay, and but the Lord is pulling it apart piece by piece. All right, and then ultimately, okay, it's going to be hit by arrows, and those arrows are going to be nukes, and there's going to be a whole hodgepodge of other different things that are going to destroy also, along with the chariots, along with the Jakes getting spiritual power. All right, along with all the weaponry the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai has hidden for the time being. But it's that those weapons are suddenly they're stirring, they're moving around. I'm talking about the Leviathan and the serpents and things of that nature. All right. I mean, Esau likes to let you know in their movies, right? Godzilla, X-Men, X-Men Last Stand, X-Men Apocalypse. Let's go.
It's the only way to win. This here used to be the Harrods Hotel. Gone now! And this is proof that the house not always wins. When you stop giving away your money to these places, it's the only way to win, not playing. It had 2 towers, both gone. This one on the right, and this one right here on the left. Gone. Sign used to be up there. Horrors, gone. Look at this. Both sides, closed. Let's get across the street. Across the street, closed too. So in this intersection right here, the only place that's open is that hotel. This place here is closed, and these two hotels are also closed. This one and this one. Gone. Here in this corner, the Bonanza Inn. Gone now. Look at the size of this hotel. It's not a small hotel. The parking lot is all fenced off too. This was the sign here. Gone. The window there is boarded up. This was the main entrance right here. Another hotel gone. This here.
It's gonna be Mad Max like everywhere, you know. It's gonna be Mad Max everywhere. And a lot of these large, especially these large buildings, like let's just say Costco or you know, what do you call them, Walmarts and all that. You know, because we got Costco's over here as well. We got Lidl's and there's stores that are sort of like you guys have in America as well. That over here too. But then we got our UK based ones, European based ones as well. And a lot of these stores, especially uh, when things get real serious, there's going to be concentration camps within that place, or at least holding cells. And the larger concentration camps are going to be in those open type country areas, especially here in the UK. Or maybe even in the Jersey Islands or something. We'll see when the time comes how it's going to be. But that time is very soon. But in America, because such a huge landmass, and they've got concentration camps everywhere. They've probably got them right in front of you, but you can't see them because they're probably like some of these probably derelict hotels that are part of a chain or whatever. Have probably got like a secret entrance where you can go underneath the ground by about 10, 15, 30, 40, 50 feet. And lo and behold, you see a huge there's concentration camps and labs and weird ass Edomites like that guy from Superman versus Batman or Batman versus Superman. That weirdo Lex, that scientist. You've got crazy Edomites like that. They're going to be drilling in your brain and getting pliers and cutting off your toes, shit like that. They're going to be doing some weird, some sick shit. What's that movie with? They got Clone Tyrone. Wasn't it like a sort of like a derelict yard, a house, and they went in and first I don't know. I think from memory the movie was like where they go in and you couldn't see or that door was hidden. It was like behind a cupboard or something, behind a closet. How you say in America, a closet, right? And then he found it, but then it was disappeared again. But then he eventually found that doorway, you know. So that there's some of these derelict buildings or these buildings that you think that are, nothing's in there, and they got it cordoned off with wires and what do you call it, electric wire and all that. There's people that are in there, probably underneath the ground, working in labs and stuff. They've probably got a separate entrance that could be like a mile away from that particular area where you have to go down the underground tunnels. So there's a lot going on. Okay, they may be uninhabited on top, but underneath the ground, it's probably inhabited with, people getting ready for, what's to come and what they're going to do to the greater population of America and in the UK too. They've got the same counterparts over here because no other country, America and other parts of the world are not immune. Okay, but we focus a lot more on America because America is the daughter of Babylon and is New Egypt. Hence the reason why there is a pyramid on the dollar bill. All right, and let's go.
You're all boarded up too. But it looks like even the Reno National Bank is closed.
Damn.
Look, it's all fenced up.
All fenced off. Look at that. What does that remind you of? Mount Seir, right? That's Esau's design, man. They like to show their sort of like what they're about. Like that Esau's first home, Mount Seir. All right. Don't they show you that on Washington D.C. Same kind of design. They got these designs here in the UK too. The bank is shut too. Well, they're not going to have banks very soon. Shit's happening over here. I'm sure you're familiar with Barclays Bank and Santander and what else? Halifax and Nationwide. A lot of these banks are being taken away physically, and a lot of the older generation are having problems dealing with the technology, because they like to physically hold cash and they physically like to go into a bank to pay bills, a telephone bill, an electricity bill, a gas bill. They like to do it that way, so This is yeah, they're taking away everything, man. You know, it's shocking to the people that want to hold on to this world, but it's a beautiful thing for the hopeful elect that want to see this world die. You know, Second Ezra 6 verse 9. Esau is the end of the world, which is the so-called white man, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, Jacob, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives, okay, of Negro and Indian descent, and those of that lineage paternally from their father's side, regardless of what they look like. It doesn't matter what the mother is. It's all about the seed line, the ball sack you come from. That determines your race or nationality, or as the Northern Kingdom would say, your rasa, your lineage.
What do you think about all these places that are closing
I
up?
live in Oakland, California. I'm hella mad because they closed down Harrisburg, not giving me my money.
The Silver Legacy is still open, but there's vandalism out here too. At least they have cops. This other corner right here, the only place that's open is the Calneva across the street. That souvenir shop is closed. This was another souvenir shop, and this bank also closed. Only place that's open on this block, almost nothing open.
That was an eerie scene. Check it out. That was like from I Am Legend, right? You should have got a longer shot of that. That was
Bank also closed.
watch this.
Only place that's open on this block, almost nothing open.
Eerie, isn't it? Look at that, empty. You can hear a pin drop practically.
We're walking downtown Reno, Nevada. What used to be the biggest little city in the world is turning into the worst little city in the world. A lot of places are closing down, casinos, hotel, souvenir shops, bars. Let's walk downtown and find out. This is Virginia Street. All these businesses under these parking lots are gone. All of these were businesses right here under the hotel. Every single business here is closed, one after the other. And there's a big sign, the Reno sign. This is where we start our walk. Reno, the worst little city in the world. At least that's what some people are calling it in the internet. All right, let's walk down Virginia Street, see what we.
And that's a famous sign, right? You saw that in movies back in the day. You'd watch a movie and someone would say, "Oh, I'm going to Reno for the weekend. I'm going to Reno for the weekend." Ain't no one going there no more. I was just checking out some news articles as well. Depression and suicide at all-time high in 2025 due to job losses. Because you've got to understand, these kind of places like casinos and stores and food stores and are a lot of source of income for retired individuals that still want to earn some money. A lot of them live alone and they have human interaction with other people as well, because a lot of their children don't come and see them, and a lot of single mothers need that sort of kind of job, and a lot of mothers that have a part-time job to supplement their husband's income or their boyfriend's income as he works. Okay, but obviously, especially here in the UK, the UK is 140 billion pounds. You know, 140 billion pounds. I made a video yesterday on it. 140 billion pounds poorer. I mean, in terms of economic growth, so to speak, where and these jobs are job losses are a lot in construction and the financial services. So financial services could mean IT sales. It could mean accounting firms. It could mean people that do taxes and banks and building societies and money transfer companies. You've got to have money to transfer money, right? Who's going to use a Western Union when you don't have no money, right? So this is going to be like it's like a snowball effect, a snowball effect, and the apostles say, repetition is the father of skill, and just like the scriptures are being repeated by various prophets through and throughout in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Sometimes you might watch a video and you might hear the same thing again and again and again, but it's coming out in a different spirit and a different style, but it's still emphasizing the same message because we're at that time, and yeah. So World Health Organization. Researchers estimate that 12 billion productive workdays are lost every year due to depression and anxiety alone, at a cost of nearly $1 trillion. Well, those productive days are gonna. Well, there's no more productive days because all the thousands of job losses that Trump has announced. Latest suicide data, suicide facts and figures. 386 suicides were registered in 2023. This is 47 more than 2022. It's way more than that. He always lies about figures. Mental health in construction, building the next story. The death toll equates to 34 people per 100,000 in employment, up from 26%, 100,000 7 years ago. Suicide rates among men in construction. Suicides in England and Wales. Look at the latest one here. The effect of economic downturn, financial hardship. All right, because one thing relies on another, right? Okay. All right, one thing relies on another. The way a family relies on each other to make things tick over. Ideally, in an ideal world, a man works, earns a daily bread, and the house is locked down and kept clean and hygienically clean, and the children are fed and kept nice, and the woman keeps the house warm and ready for her husband to come home. And all he's got to focus on is what? The outside and the heavy workload around the house. Anything fixed, any fixing. So all the woman's got to do is keep herself looking nice for her husband, keep food on the table, keep the children in line and loved and cared for, keep herself at home. And she steps outside of the house, she goes with her husband. All right, in an ideal world. All right, that's how family ticks. Locks in. Same thing with this world as well. Businesses rely on each other. Okay. Now, if you've got a lumber mill and you're producing wood, right? All right, and okay, they got rid of all the Northern Kingdom. They don't want them to do all the menial jobs, the fruit picking and fixing the houses and cutting lumber and all that. Now, if that lumber is not being cut, and Esau, the so-called white man's lazy, they don't want to do no damn work. Okay, who's going to cut that lumber? Then the lumber mill's not going to get the lumber. All right, construction people are being laid off. Okay, so they're not going to buy no lumber, and they're going to buy no bricks and things that they need for construction, right? And then a lot of these DIY shops, that sell drills and cement mixers, people are not going to lease them because they haven't got they're getting no business because people don't want to build anything. All right, and if they're not building anything, there's no jobs, and if there's no jobs, there's no income. If there's no income, these stores are going to close because they are not getting no foot traffic. Stores are being closed. Okay, and even online, people are not purchasing as they do because people have less disposable income. Yeah, some people are doing well, all right, but for the most part, people are not, all right. And we see the elders and prophets make videos on a daily, okay. Every hour on the hour, there's probably like about 100 videos or more coming out. I'm just speculating. There's probably more than that, all right. I'm talking about the men of Great Millstone and affiliate camps. Effect of economic downturn, financial hardship, unemployment, and relevant government responses on suicide. I just want to see some numbers. I don't want to read all this. Let's see what we've got here. All right, this is like going back. All right, that's not so good. Let's go here. And this says it all. A year of record high suicide rates. A year of record high suicide rates. And obviously this year has just begun. All right, and we are approaching March in literally a week, which is beautiful. All right. We are almost a quarter of a way through this 2025. And this is just under a year ago, 8th of April, 2024. And it's a year of record high suicide rates. Look at this picture here. Bleak, desolate. Look at that grey, dingy feeling. Suicide rate in the United States recently reached its highest peak since 1941. 1941, obviously, you're coming out of the Depression era. Okay, the war was about to begin, and the World War II began in 1945. No, actually, no. The war began 1939 to 1945. So that was 1941 during the wartime in America. All right, but obviously, the 1950s, happy days came. So Esau gave their people in America that decade of pure mirth and happiness. You know, hence the reason why they got that show, which is a good show to watch, by the way, if you can find it. Happy Days. Some fun, some decent entertainment if you like old school shit. According to new data from the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the suicide rate in the United States recently reached its highest peak since 1941. The provisional number of suicides in 2022 was 3% higher than the final total number of suicides in 2021 and 2022. Final total number of suicides is likely higher than current counts. What can we learn from these statistics? A lot of people are deleting themselves by firearms, the most lethal of suicide methods. What's figure 3? Or firearm, 54.6%, suffocation, 25.8%, poisoning, 11.6%. Other. Okay, got it. Causes trauma. Since the onset of the C19 pandemic, we have observed increasing rates of mental health challenges, including depression, anxiety, and suicide. Okay. C19, let's see what's it got here. A broken healthcare system. Yeah, that as well. Increased loneliness. People are just glued to their screens and reminiscing of the old days, reminiscing of the old days. That's why you see a lot of shows, and Esau's increasing that anxiety by putting all these old movies and shows back on YouTube. I'm thinking, okay, what the hell's going on with the copyright? People are just uploading all these great movies online, And plus, on the flip side, people are, Esau is trying to like make people glued to movies that are not going to really give them any kind of edification. So when things go down, they basically their head is in the sand. Where the hopeful elect are still getting into, are watching the spiritual, getting the spiritual food, and here and there you watch the odd movie and listen to some music or whatever. Increased loneliness, social isolation, and loneliness are huge risk factors for mental health issues and depression. Solutions: telepsychiatry, telepsychiatry, screening. Okay. Let's emphasize loneliness and C19 here for depression. Well, it's ultimately there's a lot of other factors. Okay, job losses. All right, the changing face of the world, and also the wars and rumors of wars, which puts everybody on a high panic. All right, I was hoping to get some more nuggets out of that. Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Okay? It's dark. Grinding is ceasing. No jobs. Let's go to verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Okay? No work. All right? And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Even the music is crap. And people aren't playing music like they used to. Isaiah 24:11. There is crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. What's the definition of mirth? Definition of mirth. Damn it. Amusement, especially mirth. Amusement, especially as expressed in laughter. All right? Let's translate that. Okay. There is crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened. The amusement, especially expressed as laughter of the land, is gone. All right? And my man, for lease, right? Showing it.
We can find this cafe here doesn't look open. It's 1 p.m. right now.
Why would it be open? You know? You got to have punters to go in there. You got to have customers to go in there to actually purchase. Why would the cafe be open? All right, the waiters or waitresses need to be paid. All right, the chef needs to be paid. You know, the lease or whatever the situation may be, the bills need to be paid. You know, see, it's a like a snowball effect. You know, one thing happens. You know, what they say, for every action there's a reaction. All right, you're not going to have a cafe that's got open, looking polished and clean, with loads of staff inside and food being cooked and stuff, and no one going in and no one out and about there. You know.
This city is dead.
You said it.
This city is dead.
This city is dead. America is dead. Esau's world is dying.
This city is dead.
All right, I'm gonna leave it there now. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakadash. Shalom.